What up, Soul Family? And what up to my big steppers? So we back with another installment, and today I'm gonna be dropping a truth on you. And I think some people need to hear this truth because it will help you intensely on your journey here. And this was delivered to me, and basically, I'm coming from my own experience too. But God is not going to allow you to engage with temporary lovers. And you probably already ran into this truth since you've been on this path. You probably realized that uh, situations and incidents in which you have had with the opposite sex uh, and seeking partnership or even seeking just sexual relations, it has failed and it continuously fails. And there's a reason for this. And for me personally, I witnessed back probably about 4 or so years ago that, you know, energy just changed around me myself, regarding the opposite sex. I moved back to my hometown, which I wasn't a big fan of coming back home because truly never really completely identified with the 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 culture in my hometown energetically, just a different wavelength. But that's where God sent me, and this is where I was supposed to be. But you know, my the dynamic of my relationship with the opposite sex, it just the engagement, things would always fall apart. Regardless of who I met, some things would work out, but they would still fall apart. And mainly, and what I've learned over this time is that when it's time for you to switch up your ways and even move into uh, the anointing that you have on your life, God will put you places where uh, you won't get the same response with certain things, and it's purposeful. And it's on purpose, mainly because He's creating a new individual, a new person with you. And if I don't care if you used to be big time, uh, the energy is going to change around you. You're going to be, you're going to deal with levels of probably just rejection or just missing each other with the opposite sex. And the truth is, you're changing, and even if you haven't realized it, the whole frequency around your being is changing, and you may be used to dealing with, uh, you know, the opposite sex a certain way, and these the shift that's happening in you is happening subtly, but people will notice it, and people, and especially like these temporary flings of lovers that you may link up with, they can see something that's is different about you. You may think you're this type of person, but you're changing into a whole new being. And um, these are things that takes time for us to even accept. Like it took a long time for me to accept, like, because we're always fighting. We're always kind of fighting for uh this sense of controlled power. Like, and sometimes like we fight so much because we want to be able to understand things. We want to be able to feel like we have a level of control. And you know, if you come from a lifestyle where you were used to dealing with the opposite sex a certain way, you may uh, still deal with it in that type of light. But God has grown you into a new individual, so He won't allow certain things to work out. He won't allow certain things to be in your experience, and it's part of your process, and it's a it's a heavy part of the process to accept. But for me, what I had to accept was that, like I'm not meant for temporary lovers. I'm not meant for flings. And and these things will come with a level of suffering on some level, to if you do somehow manage to move by force and go outside of what the circumstance or the bubble God has created for you, it will come with a level of suffering, and it's because uh, you're slowly being created into an individual that is gaining a new perspective on yourself, and you're getting purified. This is the word. You're being purified, and you can't become purified engaging with energies that don't have a level of respect for themselves, don't have a level of value for themselves, because they will also put that energy back on you. And a double mind works to move you towards Satan. So you're dealing with energies that don't know themselves, just so you can have some a quickie or a fling or have some sex or something. But these energies of dealing with people who don't value themselves, who don't practice like levels of self love and self worth, they will subliminally send this type of energy on top to your being, and not even purposely. Sometimes it's just like a person who doesn't value themselves or don't believe in their own self worth. They they tend to carry a certain energy with them. So then when they may reject you or something, you may oh, what's wrong with me? Or it's nothing wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with you. You're moving into an experience where God is showing you your self worth. He's showing you your value. He's showing you who you are. And these temporary flings, these people aren't capable of give you the level of love, the level of uh, appreciation, admiration, and all these good things that God has waiting for you. They're not capable of giving you that. And the ways of this world are kind of backwards. People are always chasing instant gratification. Nobody's willing to do the long term work to create something within themselves that deserves something infinitely. And love on an infinite level is a much different energy than participating with partners because it feels good in a moment, and it makes you feel better. And there's a lot of social programming on our world, especially with men, about being engaged with the opposite sex and having sex, and like so on a subconscious level, you almost feel like, man, oh, I'm not doing this, something wrong with me, I gotta get back out here and go put in some work. No, man, no, forget all of that. That is the programming that has destroyed and created incubus souls on this planet. And it's promoted through media, it's promoted through radio, it's promoted, and people just end up basically self crucifying themselves through their actions of these worthless sexual relationships. Uh, you and God is teaching you God is teaching you to value yourself on a new level. So when you grow and you start moving closer to God, things are not going to be for you. Certain people are not going to be for you, even if you like it, even if you like the way it looks, even if you want to touch and you like to, it's not going to be for you. And it's because there's things that you can't see. Even if you believe that, oh, this person's not the, no, there's things that you can't see about this person that are not meant to be in your energy, and it won't work out. It doesn't have to do with you. It has to do with the path that you're on. And you have to accept this, man. And you can't be keep going out, going to the club, looking for a lover, looking for somebody to socialize with. Become equipped to deal with this path and realize, man, like there's gonna be times, man, where you may be going celibate for a year or 2 years, or 3 years, 4 years, and sometime you'll feel like, man, I've been celibate, because instinctually and kind of like on a soul intuitive level, you shouldn't be engaging in certain things. But there may be come up a itch. We're human. Like you may like, oh man, I gotta get out of it. But it's always gonna lead to the same circumstance of like uh, a big frequency gap between you and the other person. And and when you're dealing with people who can't see you very clearly, you're always going to feel like your level of self-worth is uh low. It's because, I mean, if you're a high frequency being and you're dealing with low frequency beings, like they're not gonna be capable of valuing the person that you are. So you're basically creating your own basic, what do you call it? Basically creating your own experience of devaluing yourself because you're creating situations that give that platform and give that circumstance for these things to happen. And like, you have to truly learn to appreciate yourself on a level that is divine. And divine is knowing that your being and your temple is that of the light, and your temple is that of something much higher. And these things that you want to do are just uh, distractions. These are distractions, and these are things that are going to get in the way of your purpose and get in the way of the mission that God has for you. So it's totally up to you. You're always going to have free will. So if you break all the bars, run out there, and you somehow uh, uh, do something you shouldn't be supposed to be doing, then just realize things come with suffering when you're moving away from your truth. But sometimes we don't recognize our truth because you're on this path and things are subtly shifting. So I made this video for the person that is out there and they're dealing with the opposite sex, and they feel like something's different, something's changed. You're changing, and God has got his hands on you. And those old ways and those old things are no longer going to work for you. What God is bringing into your experience is going to be for the long term. And you have to respect that. You're working on your eternal man, and you're working on your eternal infinite experience. And I want you to love yourself more. I want you to value yourself more and realize, man, things that are precious, man, and rare, man, they don't operate in the same capacity as this world. And that's you. So this video is for that chosen soul, man. Stay diligent, man. Know thyself, know thy worth, and realize you're a diamond wiping off the residue. Stay diligent. I'm out.